You can save your video as an MP4 video file or a Windows Media Player file right from PowerPoint. Even if you don't know how to create video files, it's perfectly fine. PowerPoint can even include your audio. If you've rehearsed and set timings, your video can use those. For any slides that don't have narration, or if you didn't set timings for any of them, don't worry. You can still tell it how long you want each slide to remain before moving on to the next slide in your video. To create a video with your finished presentation open, go to the File tab and choose Export. From here, we're going to click Create a Video. Now we have a choice, and it definitely pays to think about where your video is going to be used before you export it. For example, it defaults to for computer and high-def displays. But on the pull-down menu, we can change that. For example, for internet and DVD, the quality is going to be a little lower, and even lower still for portable devices. It does tell you that if you have small text, though, it may be difficult to read. So I'll choose for internet and DVD. Now, if you have recorded timings and narrations, you can use those, or you can select Don't Use Recorded Timings and Narrations if you don't have any. You can also choose how long to spend on each slide if you haven't already done the timings. When you're all ready, you can choose Create Video. Now, let's save it, and the type that we're going to save it as is either an MPEG video or a Windows Media video. I can put it on my desktop. I'll call it New Hire Guide. Click Save, and it'll start to export. Now, depending on how big your presentation is, what file size, how fast your computer is, and how big the photos and media that's in your presentation, these are all things that are going to affect the amount of time that it will take to make it. Because of this, I actually have one already done that I can show you. I'm going to minimize this, and you can actually see on the status bar that it's still going, creating my video. I'll show you the one that I already have. Here's my finished presentation. It's called The Finished Presentation. It's an MP4 video. It's 3 minutes long, and the size is 32 megabytes. So you can definitely see how all these options would affect the file size of your file. I can double-click on it, and it'll start playing. If I had recorded any audio, that would start playing along with it. It works just like any other video. I can move on to the next slide, or I can fast forward and rewind. It's an actual video of my presentation. So all that's left now is whatever your creativity can bring to the table when you create your slides, especially if you know that they're going to be made into a video.